the horror on their face
When you whip your socks off.
Like, sorry, you gotta take your shoes off. Okay, yeah, of course.
I'll kick your ass out right now. If you walk up to my house and take your socks off with your shoes, get the fuck out of my house.
I see no reason to, if I'm not wearing shoes, why am I wearing socks? If I'm at my house.
Yeah, okay, your own house, yeah.
Yeah.
Other people's house. Don't take your fucking shoes off.
I don't roll up to people's houses.
Fucking gross. Do I need to take my shoes off? Yeah. In my house, you don't wear shoes. But then you suddenly pull the socks out. The fuck?
My feet are clean, but like...
I don't give a shit. You still don't walk up to people's houses and take your socks off. I'm still not even sure about taking your shoes off thing. And you gotta take your socks out? Fucking foot fungi all over my fucking house. Next day, my dog has to get his leg chopped off.
Yo, you're gonna talk. Imagine the reaction.
Dude, I've smelled your socks sometimes, okay? It's not always pure roses, you know? I smell diarrhea better sometimes.
Jesus Christ. You should not take your socks off at my house.
I don't.
I know.
If I could, I wouldn't take my shoes off.
Why?
I don't understand this whole concept of like, I don't even like wearing flip-flops outside.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, don't expose your shit. As many layers as possible.
Yeah, well, how fucked up are your feet now?
Not at all.
So no, but the
I
thing
just
is,
don't. I don't like.
I don't
it.
like wearing shoes.
I know the theory behind it.
No, not the Persian carpet kind of shit.
No. It's just you don't bring dirt from outside to your house.
Yeah, because you walk in that house and then you're gonna go to the bedroom and then
I know.
Yeah,
But in a perfect world, everyone keeps their fucking shoes on.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I had like a couple maids that could like clean up after every person that walks in, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
But imagine someone's like the horror on their face
When you whip your socks off.
like, sorry, you gotta take your shoes off. Okay, yeah, of course. Where did I put my socks?
I'll kick your ass out right now. If you walk up to my house and take your socks off with your shoes, get the fuck out of my house.
I mean, generation was thinking about right now. We wear like the short. What do you call it? Like the ankle.
Midgets?
The ankle. No,
I don't know where you're going.
no, not that kind of short. The fuck, the ankle socks.
Yeah.
Okay, but think about like grandpas coming and they have those like plastic socks that are up
the
to
long
their,
one.
to their shin, and like it caused all the hair on their leg to like kind of go off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not grandpa shit. Like I have uncles and maybe my dad. I'm pretty sure that had that effect. But imagine they take off. It's like a
pantyhose.
where do you
All right, I don't know what kind of socks your family wears.
No, not my family. I'm saying in general.
Pantyhose,
like think as long as shit.
Wear those things Japanese chicks wear in porn and shit, like the what do you call it?
Yo, let's pause and say that okay, family's outside of the picture, and then move to that kind of a subject, bro. Like, relax. Fuck.
Are we rolling, right? All right, give the intro.
Yeah, sorry. Can I just check something before I give the intro? No, I just wanted to eat the cake thing. Get the cake. What do you get? Get a cake.
Eat a cake. No, have a cake and eat it too.
Have a cake. Have a cane.
Have a kink. My dad's long socks.
You can't have your cake and eat it.
Yeah, which I don't understand that saying.
You can't have your cake and eat it as a popular English, whatever, figure of speech. Literally means you cannot simultaneously retain possession of a cake and eat it too. Once the cake is eaten, it's gone. Oh, as in you can't. Fuck off.
That's not the message it gives, though.
No, as in
I never thought of it that way. Makes sense that way, but it never.
No, but still doesn't fucking like, bro. Like the point is, you can't have two good things. Like you can't have. You get what I mean? I hope everyone gets what I mean. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Cancellable Podcast. My name is Bardia. I'm here with Kurosh.
Hey guys.
And as you understood, like we haven't been ignoring Faisal throughout this
whole
whole
he was just sitting here like, fuck you, sit in the back.
Kurosh, I took off my socks. Like, now I feel like
so I killed Faisal.
He's alive, but not here. Like tonight. With us.
Yeah, very convincing. That's what Dahmer said.
It's totally okay.
They're all alive. They're just
next time. Should I call him video call? He approve.
No, it's not good.
But yeah, it doesn't make sense. You can't have cake and eat it too.
I guess if you read into the meaning that way, yeah, but the saying never made sense to me because why the fuck would I think of it that way, you know?
Okay, sorry. I just got like 3 missed call notifications at the same time. But anyways, hey, bro.
Shut the fuck up. What is this?
I don't know, man. Like I told you, I've been on the phone calls like back to back from the morning. That's why like a bit like I lose my thought, so I need to get it.
What's your excuse for every other episode? Especially last episode.
We talked about it. Okay. I wasn't like simple Jack, right? Like
Pretty close, actually.
fuck off.
Yeah.
like what the fuck? I was gonna tell you this. I wanted to like say to like I didn't say it over the phone or anything. Yesterday I did something and I feel like it's stupid, but have you ever seen a pig up close?
A pig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
In farms and shit.
Where?
UK.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Is that it?
No, because
We saw one in the middle of gas station.
no, because we've had this conversation. Obviously, yes, it has been talked on Rogan, and we both listen to Rogan. So sometimes this conversation about Rogan comes up. The whole thing that the domesticated pigs, when they run off, like within like 2 to 4 months, they like grow the tusks and
They
the
become
fur
wild,
gets rough and all these stuff. So I was like, you know what? I've seen boars.
Where have you seen boars?
No, as in like videos and like movies and shit.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a pig. Unless it's cooked.
Wait, what? What the
never
fuck are you saying?
I've never seen a pig. Like
Not even in a video?
no. How?
You've
Where?
never seen... What do you mean, where?
Cartoons, yeah.
Videos online. You've never seen one?
Charlotte the Spider. What was it that one? Like I remember that was a pig in cartoon, but I've never seen a pig.
That's so fucking odd.
Right? So I was like, I need to actually, because I know what a boar looks like a wild pig, but I don't know what a domesticated pig looks like. So I actually Googled, I'm like, are they actually pink and like cute and shit like that?
They come in different colors.
I mean, okay, like,
Diversified.
like we're not talking about the race here. We're talking about like, are they cute? Like,
Some of them, yeah.
I didn't know. Like, I legit had to actually Google.
This is the most retarded shit I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, I know.
And you say a lot of retarded shit.
Fuck you, okay?
Come
you know
on.
what? Like, I feel like Faisal's not here, so like there's a lot of aiming.
Yeah, usually it's divided.
Yeah, fuck off, man. I've always been
No,
nice. Like,
It took me a good second to understand what the fuck you were saying, to be honest.
bro, it took me a second to like think about it. I'm like, am I actually gonna Google this shit, or can I recall a picture? But
You've never seen like videos of farming, like pig farming, or like,
what the fuck do you watch?
it comes up on like news when they have like fucking, I don't know.
Okay.
You've never seen them show like
Comma, and then we continue.
well, they show a fucking farm. There's a water shortage, so all these chickens died.
Stop
Or
using fucking when you talking about a farm, bro. I'm the retard here. Like,
no, but they show like if some shit happens, there's water shortage. This guy's land went to shit. His chickens all died in the warehouse.
That's not the news I look into, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not like. I guess maybe I have, and I can't recall. But it was just like so odd for me that I actually.
Do you have a lot of brain trauma?
No, I've never had any.
You've never been knocked out or anything?
No.
So this genetically, this is
Don't
it.
blame my genetics, because again, you're going towards family.
No,
but-
your family is extremely smart. No disrespect to
so
them.
am I,
I'm
motherfucker.
wondering what happened to you.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna start noting down all the dumb shit you say, and I'm like,
That's all the fucking time. You need a fucking hire extra person.
maybe I'll like publish a book. Like,
all the dumb shit Corey said.
like
Who's gonna buy that?
I've already agreed to. Like, that's the shit.
Yeah, well, that's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure you've seen it. There's no way you haven't seen. Even on like YouTube Shorts, people fucking adopt dogs in their house.
Stop using
pigs.
fucking all when you talk about animals, bro. Like,
Everyone knows what I mean.
like no, because you're like, you know, in the fucking sheeps and like, you know, like I'm like, no, bro, I do not know. Like this. Apparently, you watch videos of it, but I don't. Like,
No, but even on YouTube Shorts and stuff, there's a lot of videos of people who I think there's a specific type of pig that's like really good for like it's really cute, and people adopt them as pets in their houses and stuff.
yeah.
So I'm surprised you haven't seen one.
I mean, we live in an Islamic country, and pig is not.
Yeah, but is your social media all like?
No, none of that. But I'm not on social media. That's another thing too.
Right. Well,
bro,
I'll get you a pig for your birthday.
I'm good.
You kill it, I cook it.
I'm good.
No.
Maybe the killing part, I'm down.
Maybe a little bit. What's that animal you really want to kill? Like you'd enjoy killing?
The only one that I can say I won't enjoy is wolf.
No, that of course, yeah.
Yeah. What animal would I enjoy?
Sea turtle. Shove a straw up his nose. You get it, you motherfucker.
Yeah, but something against them. I just feel like if I kill an animal that some people would think is cute, it actually would make it funnier.
Like a sloth or a koala or something?
Sloths are not cute, man. You seen the fucking claws on that shit?
Did you see how slow it moves?
Yeah, doesn't matter. I don't find anything cute with that shit. It looks like those horror movie teddy bears. That's just like a figure with like a button as like eyes and stuff. That's all I see with just claws.
All right, so what's the animal you'd kill?
I don't know, but I feel like if I kill panda or koala, people are gonna. They're gonna be. Oh my god! Like, what are you doing? What? Yeah, you tell me. Maybe I get an idea.
I wouldn't mind killing a hyena. I really don't like them.
Yeah, I get it.
The noise, how they look, and like
there's nothing.
I've seen there's this YouTube channel. I think this guy has a sanctuary in South Africa. I forgot the name of his channel. Dan something, and he has a whole bunch of lions that he interacts with, cuddles with them, sleeps and everything. So cute, yeah, but he has hyenas too. But even in that interaction, that the hyenas have accepted him in the pack, it's just the noise and the shorter back legs. Yeah. It's just like God ran out of patience when he was designing them. No. Like you look at a cheetah, then you look at a hyena.
Oh, cheetahs are beautiful.
And then when you see a pack of hyenas that tear apart a lion, that's fucking tough, man.
I would never be like, if I would enjoy killing like a lion or anything like that. No, I just feel like that's fucking unnecessary, and they're beautiful creatures.
Some animals are better to look at than like a cow. You know what? Shoot it in the head.
Cows could be cute.
Not cute enough not to be eaten, you know?
No. I might enjoy a burger while looking at a cow. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But in terms of like...
this conversation came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like it'd be funny if I kill a koala.
I think I'll get more support on my choice. You're probably getting cancelled. Yeah. Killing a koala. You can never go to Australia after that.
Okay, I won't kill a koala.
It's not that they were going to let you in anyway.
Nor a kangaroo.
Kangaroos I would like to box with. I've seen a couple of videos.
I've seen the punch one.
That's the famous one. Did you know they fucking choke dogs?
What the fuck?
Kangaroos. That video, that the famous one, that the guy went and punched it. It was because the kangaroo was choking the dog.
Why?
I don't know. They kill dogs. I don't know if they eat them or not. But I think there's 2 or 3 different types of kangaroos in Australia. One of them apparently goes in the river till like neck or some shit. This is not factual. I don't even know where the fuck I heard this. They stay in the river, and then when animals cross, they like put them in a chokehold.
What the fuck?
I mean,
by the way, have you realized that you started giving disclaimers, and you always give me shit? Bro?
You give disclaimers for shit that doesn't need disclaimers.
Yeah, I know. By the way, I do that during conversations too.
I know, it's pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah. Once I was on now, I'm like, this and this. But by the way, I'm giving this disclaimer because I know it's gonna come up. Like, I don't agree with it. I'm just giving you an information. Like,
right.
But speaking of animals, actually, I have one. I wanted to tell you this. You know how like when a older woman dates a young guy, they call her a cougar,
right?
So apparently Madonna is dating a 25-year-old.
What the fuck?
And they were
Isn't she like 70 or some shit?
I don't know, man. But they were saying that's not a cougar. That's what do you call it? Siberian tiger?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Siberian tiger.
Siberian tooth tiger.
I know which one you're talking. Yeah, I don't know.
Siberian tiger. Yeah. That shit like extinct the shit kind of stuff. That's not a cougar anymore.
She's really old.
But it comes to that whole thing. It got me thinking, like, in terms of, like, I feel like there is less stigma. Is that the right word?
When it's an older woman with
it's an older woman with a younger man, than when it's an older man with a younger woman. Because yes, there is that because they usually say that like, oh, the woman's just like, oh, what's wrong with it? Like, she needs to have a life and all these stuff. But when it's an older man with a younger
I
woman,
feel
it's
like
just,
with Madonna, there's like the general consensus is that she needs to quit acting like a child. She still dresses up like she's 20 and shit. Like she's not.
I only
This is what I've heard. I don't
the
really.
last news I heard about Madonna was when she kissed Drake, and I feel like that was years ago.
I don't even know that.
That was years ago.
We really are in the podcast to talk about
current news shit.
Actually, I got a couple of current news ones, but it's more like comedy related. Well,
that's my field.
One is you know that guy Russell Brand. He was a movie star before, and then he completely like he was a drug addict and all that shit, and then he completely like changed. Now he's like an independent news source on YouTube and Rumble and all of that.
Do you mind if I look up?
Yeah, look up his picture. Yeah, he was in what movies was he in? He was in a movie with Jonah Hill, if I remember correctly, a while ago. But he was really famous. This thin British dude with like curly hair and shit.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, I know him. I know him very well.
Yeah, so I was watching this video. There's a shitload of sexual assault and rape cases against him now coming out. But everything around is a little weird. So he was, I don't know if you know this or not, but I looked a bit into it. He was really open about how he had a sex addiction, drug addiction, all of that. And apparently he has a couple of books out from years ago that he discusses all of this, that how he was like sleeping with loads of women and shit. And now the Channel 4 in UK and some newspapers, Sun something, I don't remember the name, they both put out a hit piece on him that there's a 1 rape allegation and 3 sexual assault cases against him from 2006 to 2013. And a lot of it is he said, she said type of shit, because you can't really, because they were all women that were sexually involved with him, but then apparently it went too far, and one of them was with a 16-year-old girl when he was like 32, which is technically legal age in UK, like age of consent, I think is 16 there, from the article I read. But so there's like cases coming against him.
Why now?
That's the thing. That was so as I said before, he was a movie star and all of that. Then he went into rehab, he got married, he had kids, and he completely changed his life around. And then he started, from I think 2 years ago or so, he started commenting on like the news channel politics and like the main what do you call it?
Yeah, that's the only thing I've seen on.
Yeah. So as I said, one of the channels that came after him was Channel 4. But apparently during these allegations, he was a recurring guest on Channel 4 and BBC and all of that. And according to records, they knew about it, but they were trying to keep it on the down low. But suddenly, now that he suddenly against them, all these cases are coming up from 2006 to 2013.
That's like 17 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a little muddy around it. Obviously, like I read the stories and what they said, the women said. None of them came forward in like a video interview, but it's all like written, and like they told it anonymously to the reporters, I guess. And like some of it is like pretty dark. But then it's a he said, she said, because they can't prove it. And also it was cases that like, for example, one of them, it was he texts the woman at like 3 a.m. that like, oh, come to my house and cuddle. She's like, no, I don't wanna. And then he's like, oh, come, we just cuddle. And she goes there. But then apparently, according to her, when she goes there, he's like naked and like tries to like get it on with her. And then I don't know if it's with the same woman, but there's like text messages afterwards that she said something along the lines of, oh, when I say no, I mean no. And he said like, oh, I'm very sorry. Or like another woman right after it, she went to one of those, I don't know what's the name of the center, but it's like if you've been sexually assaulted, you go there to get like kits for testing and all of that. Apparently there's records of one of the women going there.
Kits?
Like you get a kit to get tested for like...
Sorry, bro, just like I kind of heard.
What did you hear?
Don't want to talk.
You heard kids, didn't you? So what? You get sexually assaulted, then you go get a kid? To what? Return the favor? Like,
hence my confusion. Like I was like, what?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, bro,
I forgot what I was saying.
I was saying, let's move on. I don't want to get.
You fuck me. I'm gonna go fuck that kid. Like what the
fuck,
fuck,
bro? Oh no! I'm like pause. Like stop it there. Like, you.
Jesus, man.
So testing stuff.
But yeah, but there was like, you know who Ben Shapiro is, right?
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people judge him, and I don't like a lot of shit he says. But he was saying that the timing of it is really weird. That when he was working for you guys, exactly when this was happening, and you had records of it,
Yeah,
nothing happened. But now suddenly,
now that he's on the other team,
yeah. And the weirdest part was, guilty or not, it's not proven yet. It hasn't gone to court or nothing. It's pretty fresh. But the UK Parliament, you know, the website Rumble, right?
no.
It's like a version of YouTube. It's like YouTube, but it's completely like without filter. Like they don't take your videos down. It's free speech 100%. So he is on Rumble as well, and he has like 1 million following or something.
Damn.
The UK Parliament has written a letter to the CEO of Rumble saying that basically stop monetizing his videos and cut off his source of income. And then the CEO of Rumble came out saying that the whole reason we made this page was to not interrupt free speech. And all these stuff you guys are saying is way before he joined our website, and all his content now has nothing to do with this. So we're not going to do it. And they were like saying that like it's pretty outrageous for the UK Parliament to say this. I don't know. When I was reading that story, I was like,
Yeah, what's up with the Parliament getting involved with this shit?
it's the thing, because he criticizes the UK government, the news pretty
Everyone
fairly.
criticizes
Everyone.
the UK government.
I know, but the mainstream news channels might have like, you know how I don't know much about the UK politics, but you know how in the US like Fox News only criticizes the Democrats, the fucking CNN only criticizes Fox News. Fox News.
By the way, I'm the retard here. Like,
You're making fun of my disability?
fucking disability. The missing
Retarded.
chromosome.
Yeah. Oh my god, I saw a video online. You know how those like there's 10 people in a line, and then like on the very left it's like I 100% agree, very right is 100% disagree. They propose a question, people go stand on different lines on the
Never
scale.
seen a video like that. But
You get the concept.
yes.
So there's like 10 people. I think 1 or 2 of them have I don't know what's the correct term, that have Down syndrome.
Okay.
And they're like, who thinks the term retarded shouldn't be used, and it's very hurtful. And they all go their own ways depending on what they think. The actual kid that has it goes on the line that says, I disagree that it's hurtful, but starts talking about how it's hurtful. The video was so fucking funny.
Wait, is there audience there?
Not from what I saw, but there's like 10 other people that are participating.
What's the other 9 people there? Like,
The camera zoomed in on the retarded kid. It was so good.
imagine some people as he goes there, they're like, oh, if he says that, we'll join. And he says, oh, I saw her from. We're like, what line am I in? like, sorry, I'm dyslexic. When you said left and right, like, I fucked up.
Oh, there's a reason that term exists.
No, but they say that, like, in general,
Yeah.
the words used for certain things, it's what the intention is behind it.
Right.
Like, I'm calling you a retard, but like in general.
Right.
Wait, that doesn't mean.
In general. Not just today. Every day.
No, as in like, if I say I that's phrases. It's like I don't want to do that. So let's say I call you retarded. I'm not saying that like you're missing a chromosome and like you actually are. You're
Acting like one.
You're acting. Fuck yeah! Now I'm getting more deep into
Try and
it.
get yourself out of this one.
I dug myself deep into that shit, bro. Maybe we should put this.
You're
part
not missing a chromosome, but you act like one. Okay?
So people who are. Anyways.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, so yeah.
If we had more followings, we'd get canceled right about now. Thank you guys for watching.
We really appreciate it, guys. We really appreciate every single one of you. So the parliament, like, yeah, I get it, but like, it is some. We've talked about this a couple of times recently. Actually, every time a news thing comes up,
Yeah.
and it's about something old.
Yeah.
You're like, why now?
Yeah.
And about him, because I know he went on Rogan.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago. Or something. My timeline is fucking.
Let's say a couple of months.
Fuck yeah, could be. That, and then like I remember like all the talks he was about like open your fucking eyes, this about like people like that. I actually didn't watch the full thing, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
So when I hear shit coming up now, I'm like, okay. Usually, for example, when it's like about an athlete, it's always around the time they're getting the big money.
Yeah.
That shit comes up because you want that big money, like the guys, I can't pay it, I gotta go to prison.
Yeah.
Or I'll settle, here's a couple million.
But then it's gonna be, the timing is very weird. But
no, I'm not saying he didn't. I didn't know.
The thing is, I don't even know how you could prove that, because the women say that yes, they were sexually involved with him other times.
Okay.
And in these situations, it wasn't like, oh, he grabbed them in the street and stuff. Like, they were like
in the privacy.
Yeah. So I don't even know
how it can.
Even if that happened, how exactly you can prove it.
That is a horrible.
Because not only they don't have DNA, but even if they had DNA, if one person is saying it's consensual, the other person is saying it's not, how can you tell? Like, the DNA doesn't prove shit.
Sudden.
Huh?
So it's like in cases, for example, legal cases in states, especially. From limited knowledge of mine, like I have to get this.
Yeah, this one needs a disclaimer.
There is always a precedent case. For example, like in court cases, if you're like arguing case or whatever, if someone says something, they're like, yeah, but there's no way, this and that. You're like, actually, in the case of, I don't know, Kurosh versus the United States.
Did I rape the government?
No, that's how it's done. Like the defendant, Kurosh versus the United States, that it has been proven that because of this single thing, he got things, so we can apply that to this. So the precedent is that usually when this happened, the male with the genital organism is the one at fault. So that's the unfortunate part where you're like, shit, like if a guy even innocent can.
Let's see. I don't even know if there's a court case yet. This was just two news stations putting it out, and Russell Brown put out a video completely refusing it. But then again, his refusal was a little weird because he started with saying, like,
it's kind of weird, by the way.
Oh, 100%, yeah. But it was like a 4-minute video. The first minute is like explaining the situation, because he put out the video before they even published the papers, because they contacted him to say what they're gonna like to get. You know how if I'm gonna put out a news report about you, I'll give you a chance to give comment about it before I publish it.
Okay, I didn't know.
So when they gave him that, he put the video out like 5-6 days ago. In the first minute, he's explaining the situation. Then for a minute, he says how it's absolutely not true. And then the next 2-3 minutes, he's talking about how the media did this to Rogan with the COVID thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was kind of like, why would you bring that up?
Yeah, but video? By the way, I'm pretty sure, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone, but just saying, I don't think anyone wants to be involved in like the shit you're going. Like, Rogan's gonna be like, why am I hitting the spotlight again? Like,
yeah.
You know?
I don't know. So that was one news thing. And then the other one, comedy related. You know who Hasan Minhaj is, right? He's the guy that
I watched his Patriot Act. I don't watch his special.
So have you seen what's been happening to him the past couple of days?
No. What the fuck, man? Where have I been?
I don't know. But this
comedy-wise, I keep up.
So I don't know if you watch all his specials and stuff, but there's a lot of stories that he says that when he was a young Indian kid, it was around the time that a certain attack happened around 2001, you know? And just to clarify, and a lot of his stories have like basis in that, how people start treating him differently afterwards.
Yeah.
And he had so New York Times wants to write an article, like expose for him, or like a little piece on him, because there's talks of him becoming the host of the Daily Show, I think. Oh. So while they're interviewing him, he gives a whole bunch of these stories about how he was raised and the stories he's said in his stand-up and all of that. And of course, New York Times goes and does like background checks on these. So it turns out all of it is fucking fake. So none of it was true.
What do you mean?
So there was he had a story. This wasn't in the actual New York article, but this was Akash on Flagrant. Akash Singh, I think his name is. He was saying that 25 years ago he was telling him this story in private, and then it turns out it's not true. That the story was when he wanted to go to prom. He asked this white chick.
Yeah, and the white chick said no because it's her family.
No, so the story is that he goes to the girl's house to put the corsage or whatever the fuck it is on, and he sees that the girl is with a white dude.
Yeah.
The story is the woman came out saying that that's not the case. From like a week or 2 weeks before, I rejected him and said that I don't think it's a good match. So that whole thing was fiction.
Hold up. Okay, you continue because there's more shit to it. Because have you watched his specials?
Yeah.
You
Okay, so this story was fake. Then apparently there was another story about how when he was young, this guy joins their mosque and then he's over for dinner with his family, and Hasan thinks that the guy might be FBI, so he starts talking about getting a pilot license, and he's kind of like sussing this guy out, and then years later he sees this guy on the news, and the guy was an undercover FBI agent.
Yeah.
Turns out that guy never joined their mosque. He didn't join the FBI till a couple of years later, and that story never happened. So that story was fake. Then there was another story that this one I couldn't really research it properly. I don't have enough time, but I think it is like after he did the stories on Saudi government and all of that.
Yeah.
That he receives a letter with an unknown powder, and his daughter opens it,
and it falls on her, and
they take her to the hospital and all of that. So the New York Times looks into it. There's no hospital record. There's no police report on this. So that story was fake too.
Dude, that was a big heat.
Yeah, I know. And then when they asked him about it, he said that a lot of things I say, I think the word he used is emotional truth, meaning that like I created these stories to convey how I was feeling at the moment. And then some comics came out and saying that like, yes, we do either create stories from nothing or like completely change the stories for the joke and all of that. Then a lot of other comics came out saying that.
Yeah, I've heard Bert tell stories. I know
yeah, but they're saying that like you do those, you embellish and you like hype up a story and all of that in order to get a bigger laugh or in order to have a better ending to your joke, not just to
get emotional,
show yourself as the victim and like get that hero role or like get people to feel sorry for you. So I don't know.
The thing about so there are two parts. Let's talk about the one recent one, the last one you said. About the whole anthrax might have been powder kind of threat thing. I remember the stand-up. The zoom in, the theatrical, like, kind of a background noise of it coming in, the fucking him getting emotional, kind of like almost teary-eyed with that shit, saying that my wife told me that I have to stop with all this bullshit and all these stuff. That was nothing for a laugh. None of that shit was a joke part. It was him saying that I need to tone my shit down.
Yeah.
So that's not, there's nothing comedy related for that.
Yeah.
The other one about the girl, I don't know if it's the same girl, but it was him like looking up the girl even weeks after. It's the same one?
I don't know, but apparently in one of his shows, he showed a picture of her, but obviously like censored the face and everything.
Yeah, and he was like, I went to New York, I looked her up again, we met up, and like she apologized, and like
I don't remember this.
All this shit because like her family, I couldn't do all of these stuff.
Yeah,
but
I think that's the one.
I think it's also funnier if he got rejected than the
also
wife
the thing. The things that people were saying, because I don't remember the special exactly, but they were saying that he was insinuating that he got rejected because of racism issues.
Yeah.
Turns out the girl is married to an Indian woman, Indian guy. So she's not even racist.
He even says that on the special.
Okay.
He says on the special that like, I guess I changed her mind because she ended up with an Indian guy.
Yeah, but
that
was pretty crazy to me. I mean, I get faking a story for the laugh, which like, every comedian does or changes the story.
You gotta up the story to make it funnier part.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what happens. I don't think they're gonna put him on a daily show or those type of talk shows. The
amount of heat is back in right now. No.
It's not even that. It's like those shows are meant to be. Fuck off. Those shows are meant to be about the truth, although they're very like biased and all of that. But
yeah, you can't bring up racism shit to hop on the thing. Like you're legit enemy number one of Terry Crews because he tried to hop on something and now you're like,
yeah, that's true.
You know, this is about racism shit and he brings up all these facts and whatever and like ended up this. Like he got his kid involved, man. Like that's a story you'd sell by.
I wonder if he does like a John Mulaney thing. You know how he was all like clean comedy and all of that, and then
he hasn't been clean though.
I know, but then he did all the drugs. He got addicted. The story broke, and then the special after it, he came out with like fire jokes about what he did wrong and what he was hiding.
Yeah, but that's funny.
The thing is,
John Mulaney never like say that. Oh, I'm fully sober and make fun of other people who are not.
That's true. Yeah,
you know that's like.
Well, I think there's a way he can turn it around.
Could be, but I feel like that's very wrong of what he did. Like I'm actually like,
Yeah,
no,
I don't think.
I'm not taking
Wait, who the fuck
with
are
the
we?
information. No, but like as an audience, like
I actually like the guy. I liked his shows, Patriot Act.
I watched the whole Patriot Act. I watched every special that he.
I actually think the way he did his special was pretty different than everyone's, because usually people don't have a screen behind them showing pictures, and like I feel like I don't remember which special it was.
PowerPoint joke that he made.
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
Like, the,
I think I actually liked that. I felt like it was like a new style of shooting it. I feel like it added to the story.
Neil Brennan did it before.
I don't like Neal Brennan that much, to
I
be
fucking
honest.
love that guy.
Yeah.
It's smart. Like he's smart comedy. Like he's.
Just every time I look at him, I feel like he's dying.
I mean, bro, he was dying of depression for sure. Like the amount of shit he did. But like, the thing is that Neil Brennan like is extremely creative. Like he has this stand-up called Three Mics.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, and he does like 3 different moods. One is like serious about his trauma that he talks about. One is just like one-liner jokes, and one is like
Is it like 3 episodes or?
no, it's him like switching between the 3, and like I don't want to like
That's pretty impressive.
butcher it or like take away like from it anything, but like there's one part that he even mentions. He's like, while I was giving the talk about meeting my dad at his deathbed, and he has like big trauma with his like dad. It was like there are 9 kids, I think 13, 9 kids, and he was like all these shit and like how I wanted to connect and everything. And he's going. It's a really deep fucking episode, like like a scene. While he's doing that at the theater, he's doing the show, the special. There's a club that's like blasting hip hop music in the background, and if you watch the Rogan episode that he like says that, and then watch the special again, you're like, yeah,
You can hear the music.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Can you imagine how annoying that is?
Yeah.
Spending like thousands and thousands of dollars
No.
filming a special and then having fucking music blasting.
When I say he's a smart comic and like he does new innovative shit,
100%, yeah.
is because he's the first comic who did CGI. So what he did deepfake. So in the last one he released called Blocks. So he has like a let's say just shelves of like different shit on it. And he just picks one and he's like, I want to talk about this aspect of my life. Let's say whatever. Let's say it's a heel.
Okay.
And then like a shoe.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, let me talk about a woman in my life. This and this happened, and talks about it. And apparently at one point where he goes deep into it, the camera zoom in gets in, but he doesn't like how his emotional response is to the storyline. So he does deep fake.
Yeah.
And apparently it's $1,000 for every second.
Fucking hell.
No, because that kind of deep fake.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
yeah.
not thinking about like all the
It has to be a deep fake that doesn't throw you out of the story or makes
it's
you
like
notice
for
it.
real. Like
Yeah.
he had an episode on Two Bears, One Cave with Bird, and he was talking about it. He was like, "That's the future." And I think I mentioned this like way long, like couple,
I don't remember.
10, 20 episodes ago on our podcast. I was like,
You
"That's
say a lot of bullshit, yeah.
yeah, I do." So there is about a
Sorry, by the way.
no, that's okay. That was fine. At least you didn't like throw me off with saying retarded. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, no, but he was saying that that's the future. Because imagine right now, someone else could be sitting in that seat, and we can just deep fake it at being Faisal with Faisal's voice and everything else. So Faisal is here. You know what I mean? So like that's the scary part as well. Rogan now.
How much did you say? $1,000 per one?
per second?
I
Apparently.
think it would be easier to pay Faisal to come.
Yeah, I'm not saying us. I'm just saying, and he said that it's gonna be the future when they figure out the technology to make it cheaper because there's so much goes into it, obviously. Because that's an expensive service. If it's $1,000 for a second, imagine like a minute,
Yeah.
$60,000. That's insane.
You see it for movies, like some VFX houses, visual effects.
Yeah, but they got
houses.
a million.
Yeah, but
budget.
you see, like they need like I don't know 3 months for just one sequence in a movie. That's like I don't. You know how like at the end of Marvel movies, the list just keeps going.
Yeah.
And if you look at some point, it says like visual effects, like for the companies that worked on it. You see like 20 different visual effects companies, and that's why, because each one of them gets like I don't know, 200
5
shots.
seconds.
Yeah, 200
Shot,
shots
yeah.
is gonna be like, I don't know, 2 minutes, but like it takes so much work.
But it makes it what the movie is. But I'm kind of siding with the hype vibe that like I'm not getting the hype of Marvel movies anymore. One, it's not the same as before because we grew up
Yeah,
when Iron Man and everything came in.
right.
Now it's just like I gotta watch like 5 different shows on Disney Plus, and at the same time watch this order of the movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
And by the way, don't
I
forget
think it's
about the
gonna.
other
I
one.
think it's gonna take some time because basically they're starting a new storyline,
Yeah.
and then with a whole bunch of new characters, and a lot of it do suck. And I think
It's a
like-
generational thing too. As well.
that, and also I think they're doing too much, like because all the series and like some of the series are good. Like Loki, I really
It's
liked.
good, yeah, so.
I think that was the best one they've put out since Endgame. I think that was the best Marvel product they've put out.
It's a show. You can't compare it with a movie, can you? Really?
No, but I'm saying like out of all the movies and shows they put out since Endgame, since this new phase, I think that was one of the better ones.
True, but I would never rewatch Endgame. I will rewatch every Iron Man movie in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah.
I've rewatched Endgame like 5 times.
I think I've only seen it once.
No. Okay.
Iron Man, I would definitely watch it again.
I can't do Iron Man. I know it too well.
No, but
I've watched it too many times. Yeah.
That could be the reason, though,
Yeah,
not because
yeah.
you don't want to.
No, but I agree. The quality is not as good as before.
No.
How the fuck did we get here?
I don't know. Oh,
Oh,
Neil
Hasan-
Brennan did the same thing as Hasan
Yeah,
Minhaj.
yeah.
Like Minhaj.
Minhaj, yeah. But yeah, that was the 2 things that really caught my eye. Yeah, it was pretty. It's crazy. Imagine putting your kid in that, and then your kid grows up like, what the fuck, man? He used me for this?
No, I'm pretty sure he's getting a lot of shit. He got a lot of shit from his wife even during that time.
But
His
then-
wife is a doctor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but then the wife saw the paycheck, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. His wife's a doctor. Like she's not really like too keen on the okay.
I think he was insinuating that he got anthrax sent to his house.
That's what I'm saying. No,
Yeah.
potential anthrax.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was an
Unknown white powder or some
unidentified
shit.
white powder that like the kid.
Which was coke. The kid's like, whoo! Let's go there.
like zoom.
We're throwing balls today.
The kid didn't know how to walk. It's like sprinting out.
Let's open a business. Play-Doh business.
Evolution. Like, that's how we evolve. Like coca leaves.
Yeah.
Oh man, but damn, that's the heavy part. I don't want. I was thinking about something else. I don't want to. I don't know
What?
if I should. I was saying like, what kind of fucked up name do you think you can name your kid?
I saw someone, I don't remember who it was, saying that they named their kid, I think Tiger, on purpose so the kid gets bullied a little bit to like toughen him up. And like, I don't know if I agree with that perspective.
Hold up. Can I look something up?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't. By
Yeah.
the way, to respond to
I think
but
it
feel
depends like what the name is. If it's like too bullyable, that's not a word, is it?
bullyable. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I feel like if it has a hint of like penis jokes in it or something, like maybe I'll be fine.
Bro, we grew up in Iran. The creativity goes.
Yeah, I know, but
To
like
another level.
then again, like we didn't really get offended by it that much.
No. But I'm pretty sure the creativity is different. Like people don't think like we do when we hear names or anything like that. In terms of like the way people twisted names and twisted shit to make fun of each
To
other.
be fair,
like,
in
we
our
make fun of
language,
people.
like our swearing in general is a lot more versatile than English.
yeah, but
English is very
extremely
limited.
hardcore, bro.
Yeah.
Like for our language, like there is 5 words that are like
Can make
shit,
combinations out of it.
like all these stuff, and then the other ones there's like 7 words that like it's like your father something, and then it goes hardcore like
The one that I still to this day don't understand. Well, the translation is my penis in your shirt collar, which I never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Is that a like
I don't
okay? Or, like,
No, bro, like
I feel like it says more about the person doing it than the person receiving it.
what about the one that's like literal translation is like you're in charge of transportation of pussy.
Yeah.
Not the pussy, like whores. You're the driver Like, call me a chauffeur? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I work at Uber, dude.
Yeah, bro. No offense to the Uber driver, but like, I just read something. I think it was today or something, but it was like someone actually named their kid some outlandish shit just to test the legal system for naming.
I think in some countries you can name them whatever you want as long as, I guess, like if it's like anti-religious or like if you're insulting a certain religion, I don't know what word it would be, but I think other than that you can name them whatever the fuck you want. Actually,
there's stuff you shouldn't, like Adolf.
Yeah, I think that name's taken forever. I don't think you can pull that off.
No, don't put a mustache on for the rest of your life, bro. You still
for Halloween,
bro. Like, wait, can
you do it if you're Jewish?
Shit. Huh?
If you're Jewish, do you think you get a pass?
I think. Wait, the Jewish don't do the
Adolf stuff.
What?
They don't fuck around with Hitler, no.
No, they don't do the baptizing. That's only Christian. Yeah, because kid's not gonna come out. What's the name? Just a little bit longer. Like, actually, let me see what are the worst names.
Worst names what?
People with worst names. There was an SNL skit with this shit, like people who were trying to change their names.
I think everyone was trying to be unique now, so they come up with like, what was it? The Kim Kardashian kids, North and South, and I think there was a West in there or something.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Okay. Give it to me, Daddy.
I don't want to talk anymore. Like, okay. Sam Song. That's one of them. Mr. Perv. He's a teacher.
No. Oh, they should have hired him.
5th grade teacher.
Imagine if he actually turns out to be a...
Bro.
I feel like you should get a pass. If you hire a teacher that the last name is Perv to teach 5th grade and he actually turns out to be a molester...
The principal had a really fucked
No, they get a pass.
Yeah,
they get a pass.
It's on my name, bro. Like, I gave you the heads up. That should be enough hints.
Even as a parent, I don't think you can say much.
No. Don't go like your guy's class, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that you should say
if you
that.
come home with a note from Mr. Pervert or Mr. Molester or whatever his name was.
Perv.
Okay, Mr. Perv. I'm changing your school.
P. Dot
Changs.
Ennis.
P.
Dot Ennis.
All right, these are stupid.
Yeah, but that one's like Hitler Mussolini. Holy fuck.
Who's doing these?
Yo, this is like a governmental guy in Brazil.
No. In Brazil, huh?
Dick Long.
Not even long dick, huh?
No, he's white. Because of long, like, but I don't know. I just thought that would be. Anyways,
yeah.
It's like, I feel like Hitler's out. You cannot name your kid Hitler for sure.
I don't think you should name your kid Tiger.
Tiger, definitely not. Or Puma or Panda. Like, none of that. Like,
I don't think anyone does that. Harambe.
Actually, you know what?
Not if your kid is white.
That's kind of fucked up, bro. Not gonna lie.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think that's the limit. I don't think that's the limit for it.
All right, you do it.
I feel like the only person who would be like, you know what, that's a cool name, is the parents. The kids are gonna be like, what the fuck kind of a last name is that?
I don't think anyone's gonna know that reference in like 10 years. Probably kids now don't know it.
They do, maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't know, man. Like, there are things that, like, you gotta say that, like, okay, there are things, okay, you don't name your kids some fucked up shit. But tell me, how about this? What you shouldn't tell your kids till they're like 10, let's say.
Like fucked up shit, or just like don't tell
General,
them like about politics.
Like, there is the common thing. You don't want your kid to be the first one to know Santa's not real.
Fuck that shit. I want them to be the first one. Ruin as many lives as you can.
Okay, in general.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I'm saying kind of because I'm pretty sure Nat wants them to have that whole fantasy of like.
They still get a gift just from me. Know who's paying.
Yeah, honestly,
I think they should appreciate it more.
by the way, I don't know if I've seen this or I've thought this, but like imagine like Santa gives like a dope ass kid the gift to the kid, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, so what did you guys get me?
Just
To the
this middle
parent.
finger.
He's like, motherfucker, that is my gift. Like appreciate it. Oh, Santa's gift so much better. I wish.
Fuck that shit. Also, it's a creepy idea. I don't know what is this.
We think that because we never had that shit.
Some dude came
Did you
down.
have any of these like fairy
Santa
tale
shit?
stuff?
No,
Any of them?
No, I don't think we have that in our culture, do we?
I mean,
No tooth fairy, no.
Tooth fairy. I figured out the first night.
Why they didn't even tell me about it?
No, I figured.
You
it
know
out
how I
because
found-
I saw my mom put in the.
You know how I found about tooth fairy and what it means? There was a Dwayne Johnson movie.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, that's how. That was the first time I'm like, oh, this is a thing, I guess.
Yeah, we don't have that shit in our culture.
Yeah, well, for like New Year's shit, they just
Could
pay
be
you
because
straight
that's
up.
that could be why we're more logical than like emotional as well. We don't like rely on those stuff. We're like, okay, this is how.
There's a lot of emotional people from our nation as well.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
be honest. Yeah.
Do you ever think why? Let's not get into it.
Yeah.
But like, why don't you want your kids to know, like in general? Okay,
I don't want them first one to know. 2 girls, 1 cup. There's no need for my kid to know about that.
yeah, I don't think any of us wanted to know that kind of shit. We all just got
Yeah.
sent a link.
I got given a CD. That was the first thing I ever saw. That was the first.
Really?
Yeah, some dickhead gave me a CD. He's like, "Go watch this. It'll blow your mind." I was watching. I couldn't understand what the fuck was happening.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's bad.
yeah.
I mean,
I was young. I was
Bro.
10.
I was like 14.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
I still remember it very vividly.
Bro,
It was in a wine glass. It was in a wine glass.
I don't remember. Bro, all I remember
Yeah.
is this. I got the link. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I skipped
Right.
forward, and it was exactly that part. No, it was eating something, maybe like that
Hey,
part.
move on.
Bro,
move on.
I didn't even close the tab. I banged my laptop. I had to like.
Yeah, I don't want my kids to know about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Till like
you
they're
just
old.
went. I threw me off about the things that I was thinking that I don't remember what I was gonna say about. Like,
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't want them to know about fucking. I don't know.
again, comma. What?
I don't want them to know about life in prison, or I don't want them to know what it means if you hold someone's pocket in prison. Like, yeah, like this, but like, it's not very relevant. Like, where the fuck is your kid gonna learn that? I hope they don't learn that in school.
Why don't you want your kids to think is real? Like, for example, like you gotta hit them with the realistic kind of a shit.
What age are we talking?
No, I don't know. For example, let's say this right now. 2-3 days ago when I was driving, there was this like a dad and a little kid. I think it was like 5, right?
Right.
As I was driving, there was like a crosswalk, and the kid just ran, and the dad legit snatched the kid and pulled him back so hard that I was like, "That's a shell shock." Like
Yeah.
that's CTE right there.
Concussion right there.
That amount of like pull aggressive, but he had the right to
Yeah, of course. It's either a concussion or your kid dies
or
under a car.
death,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
cannonball. But my thing is that 100 years ago, let's not even do that. 60 years ago, 50 years ago, there wasn't this like helicopter. Not that the dude was doing this; he was actually being a good parent. But like I'm saying, like there wasn't this constant monitoring of kids. Kids go play. We'll see you at night.
Yeah.
They had that instinct grown into them. We had that shit.
Right.
That think before you do shit. If we ran in the middle of the street, we would have got hit.
It was very different than 2 girls, 1 cup. You know?
Yo, you went there. I wasn't. I didn't.
Oh, we're not talking about that? I thought you're justifying why they should get to know that.
No, there was no justification for that. No one should know that.
Yeah,
Even
I
you
mean-
and I, like, I'll pay to get that shit erased from my memory. But I know that if I do, you will send me the link again. Like, that's the
I
fuck.
can't erase it. You can't fucking
Yeah,
erase
that's
it.
what I'm saying. But it's about the fact that, like, okay, the instinct that was built into it. So, like, okay, don't be a dumbass. Don't think that you can fly and jump, like, off of,
But sometimes you gotta let them jump, to learn.
Yes, but limitation. The fact that I'm trying to get to is that, like, you gotta think about stuff a bit.
No, I think a kid should have the freedom to, like, a little bit of freedom to, like, learn shit on their own.
Yeah, 100%.
And, like, you put down a little bit of guidance for them. Like,
we've had this episode actually. I said it was like
Have
a
we?
full episode about the fact that what is the limitation you put on though. But 100%, you need to let them act like their own because you don't want to.
One thing I want them to know is that they can get beat up. Not by me, I mean by like other people of their age.
Thanks for the
like,
clarification.
yeah,
I feel like it was needed.
they can get it. You think you're tough?
Oh, you
lick
think
the bottom of my boots. Let's go. No, I mean like it's good to know where you stand in society. I don't want them to get bullied, but also I don't want no one to ever touch them.
Wrong words. Wrong choice of words. Wrong choice of words. Wrong choice of words. No,
That's not what I fucking meant.
I know. I'm just saying wrong choice of words, not wrong choice of context.
Fucking sick bastard.
Fuck you. I'm just saying, like anyone else listening, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I guarantee no one was thinking that.
Want to bet?
No.
Exactly.
No.
But
If we still have followers that listen to this point, they're pretty on board with what you said. Or how you took it. But yeah, I want, like, can we get back to it, dude?
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I don't mind my kids getting beaten. Obviously, I'll go back and beat the living shit out of the kid or teach them how to do it. But like, it's good to know there's like people that can like split you in half.
You're not the king of the world, like
Yeah,
basically,
like
kind
being
of that
delusional.
kind of-
Yeah.
fair
Or
enough.
like, who was saying this? I think Bert Kreischer was saying that when he was young and he had the same personality he has now, he would go up to his dad and like, "Oh, I can beat you in a foot race," and then the dad would smoke him to teach him like,
Yeah.
"Shut the fuck." Maybe like what his dad did was a little too much, like.
'Cause of
But
the
I think
insecurity
sometimes
that he
like
has
checking
now.
your kid, yeah,
yeah.
I think that's a good thing. Like sometimes,
True, you need them. A bit of a reality check, basically.
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And
Like
you
if
don't
your
have them
kid
do-
draws like shit, like don't
Yeah,
put it on the fridge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Just a jinx on my god. For the rest of the podcast, I'll be talking. Imagine I did that for the body. I'm like, jinx. I'm like, so guys, welcome to today's Bardia show. Like, fuck, I don't have anything to say.
So you're for touching kids?
No, I'm not gonna go there, man. Like,
Oh, you're gonna break the jinx.
like, Jesus. Anyways, what are we talking about?
What you don't want your kid to know?
Yeah.
Well, you never answered. I said the thing. The 2 girls, 1 cup.
Yeah, around the same thing. I just don't want them to be delusional. I don't want them to be too attached. I don't like. I feel like all of these stuff are a bit stuff that I think it's healthy.
What do you think about the respect your elders?
What about it? 'Cause I feel like it's,
The saying. Do you agree with it?
yes.
Do you want your kid to agree with it?
Yes. No. Wait. There is one part of it. If I had a brother,
Right.
he's a dumbass.
Right.
Okay, don't disrespect the guy because the line is kind of blurry for a kid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, if I can disrespect this elder, means that I can disrespect every other,
Yeah.
and they do not have the intellect to judge
Text like.
that he's a dumbass. You're not.
Thank you.
I was gonna say
Face of God at this episode.
no, I was gonna say he's smart. He's a dumbass, but I was like, it was been too much.
Yeah.
So like imagine like that. So like they can't differentiate. So they can't be a good judge of character. So the principle of respecting elders should stand, but not to a point where just let adults say whatever and everything. Don't take shit from adults. You know, like no.
I think you can only do that after a certain age.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning you have to tell them respect everyone,
Yeah.
and then after tell them your uncle is a dumbass.
After like 18, I think that would be a good one. To be honest.
No, man, kids would know way earlier.
They
like when you were
would.
like 14, you didn't know like which elder to respect and which one is a full of shit dumbass.
Yeah,
like
but
teachers
not
and
to their
shit.
face, not to their face. That was the part. Like I was
Not
like,
even teachers. You didn't tell them to their face.
no, bro. Like I had a really good relationship with my teachers.
You didn't have any cunt teachers that like
I had plenty.
you never mentioned anything.
To them,
Yeah.
to their face,
Yeah.
no.
Interesting.
Remember, like the guy who almost blackmailed you.
Yeah, I definitely said something.
You said something to his face after you graduated, because
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be a dumbass about it.
hence the 18 part, because
But I
there
still
is
said it,
certain
yeah.
authority, like shit that they hold over you. You know what I mean? Like even if a family member you see constantly and he's a dumbass, or she's a dumbass.
Oh, I'm all for cutting ties with family members.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For the betterment of your own, like.
Yeah. Some family members are just extra weight.
Sorry, what?
Some family members are extra weight. Not immediate family. I mean, like
No, I understand.
once
that.
or twice removed.
That happens. Like, basically, you're like, I like hanging out with this person. That happens with anyone also.
No, a lot of cultures, family.
No, family. Okay, yeah. Some actually in our culture, I feel like that's the same thing as well. But there is that like tiny thing that like, who do you see that often?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so, kind of in a natural way, that kind of
falls apart.
Works in its way because if the guy's a dumbass or woman's a dumbass, like you don't want them around as much. So.
Ouch. Not used to having a hat on.
Did it hit your glasses?
No, it's the tip of the hat.
No, because when the cap hits the glasses and hits the bridge of the nose, that shit's painful.
My nose is numb, man. Just didn't get to this.
How are you enjoying the water?
Pretty good. Why?
Did you check if it's yours?
What did you put in it?
No, I didn't. Bro. No, I didn't.
What do you mean?
Oh,
you Bill Cosby me, didn't you?
No.
I'm going to wake up with you shedding on my chest.
Yo! Like, do you like it?
No, because otherwise I wouldn't ask to get drugged.
No, because of yesterday, I was asking it.
What happened yesterday?
Oh, you took the water bottle.
Oh, yeah. Well, people don't know about that.
I was thinking about it for like 10 minutes later. I'm like, your face? And you're like,
the water bottle is still in my car. I didn't touch it.
Keeping it for sentimental value.
It's like, gonna return it to the gym. I stole someone's water bottle without knowing because I was kind of half passed out in the gym.
I think you kind of gotta give more context. Like, isn't like you were
I was in the gym, first day back. I was exhausted and I was kind of dizzy. I didn't have water bottle with me going in. When I came out, I have one in my hand, and I realized it almost at the car.
Like you take a
Come on, man, it's not that big of a deal,
bro. You took it's the image because he took a sip, and all of a sudden he took it out. I'm like, you didn't have water. He's like, is that yours? He's like, and still holding the water in his mouth. By the way, spitting it out, I think he just did.
I drank from it in the car. The traffic was too much.
I mean, the damage is done.
Yeah. Anyways, let's end the episode here for this week. Thank you guys for watching this episode of podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like our content, and check out our social media channels. And we will post every Sunday. So see you next week.
See you guys.